Hello and welcome back. I know, it's been a few weeks, but I'm back now and I'm ready to record the third and final video on this Yamaha. And you've probably already noticed one thing, the warm white bulbs. The green didn't really go down too well, did it? Some of you were quite vocal on that. Not big fans of the green, were you? So anyway, it's back to warm white. I think it looks really classy, looks fab now. I know the new owner is going to be really happy with it. He's already told me so. So good. This video is going to be the full bench test after the recap that I did in my last video. If you haven't seen that, feel free to go and check that out. But today I just want to see how it's faring now that the recap's done, make sure that all the functions are working as they should, and test out some new equipment because, well, it's a very sad day today, actually. Very sad. My trusty old Hitachi V1060 scope is no longer with us. Rest in peace, fly high in the scope sky. Probably going to keep it around still for two reasons. One, I'll just add it to my list of jobs to fix one day. Maybe it will get fixed. And two, because it looks cool. So it can just stay there looking cool and it keeps me happy for now. But it's not all sad because we welcome the new edition. My brand new Finirsi. I don't know how you pronounce that. The Chinese, they come up with some wacky names at times, but it is China's finest budget oscilloscope. And I've already given it a quick test and I'm pretty happy with it. It does everything I need it to, so, you know, can't complain. So without further ado, I'm gonna grab my cup of tea and let's hook this thing up and test it, shall we? Let's do it. Right, okay, so let's get this tested. What I've done is I've hooked up some speaker cables from the output terminals from speakers A, and I've hooked them up to my dummy load up on top here. I've got my scope hooked up to that as well, and I've got my signal generator ready to send a 1 kHz sine wave. That will be sent to the auxiliary input, so I need to make sure that my receiver is selected on auxiliary and that speaker A is pressed as well. I've got my new scope ready to go, so let's bring you in and we'll give this a little test. Okay, so I've got two cameras going. Obviously I've got this one and I've got the other one recording the screen on my new scope. So I'm hoping I can overlay that in the corner, wish me luck, so that you can see exactly what's going on. Okay, so as I said, we've got the auxiliary selected. We've got speakers A selected. I will now send the 1 kHz sine wave from the signal generator. I've got everything centralized. No muting buttons are on. Balance is in the middle, volume's all the way down, auxiliary selected. So let's crank it up a bit and see what we see on the sine wave. Hopefully we get two equal looking sine waves. There we are. You can't really see it on the screen, but that is yellow and that is very blue, but it's not coming across that way. Not that it really matters. Two sine waves, left and right channel, equal in amplitude. Looking very nice. Good, good, good. Let's try balance left. Yep, and balance right. Yep. Nice. If you remember last time, this was so gunked up and dirty. Whenever you adjusted the volume, the balance moved with it. It was just a right pain. But now it's all perfectly clean, and so that issue has gone. Looking good. Okay, let's hit muting, see if that drops off. Yes, it does. Speaker selects. Yep, on and off looks pretty clean. They feel really nice, these buttons. I think I said it before. Better than a lot of others. Really tactile and nice feeling. Okay, looking good. Okay, so now I'll send a square wave through. Let's zoom in one. Send square. Yep, it's not a bad looking square wave. And I think loudness. This has got a progressive loudness dial, which is very unusual. Usually they're just on and off switches, and I think flat is around this side. It says flat there. So, but yeah, so it does kind of play around with that reading a little bit. But typically here I want to check bass. Go left, go right, and then left, go right. Or should we say down and up? Looking good. Treble down, treble up, treble down, treble up. Nice. There's also this presence. Again, not on a lot of other units, but Yamaha have them. It all looks to be working well. And of course, yes, the loudness. Yeah, I mean, pretty happy with that. Looks great. I'm pleased. I think the main one now is to do a power test, right? So let's do a power test. Now the fun bit, the power test. Now, from factory, these have 55 watts per channel. When I did my first video, I think I said they had 50 watts per channel, as that's what I found on Google at the time. I think somebody corrected me in the comments, and then I went and had another look and found that it is widely reported as 55 watts per channel from this unit. I think when I initially tested this in that first video, before I did any work to it, it was already on like 54 watts per channel or something. I think it was strong, it was performing well. But for longevity, etc., I wanted to do a full recap. Anyway, now, just making sure that I haven't lost any power. It's still around that 50-55 watts per channel, and then I'll be happy. So let's see what it is. I've got my digital multimeter hooked up to the dummy load, sending a 1 kilohertz sine wave out, and now we just turn the volume up. And what we're looking for is the sine wave to start flattening at the peak, either top or bottom, and that indicates clipping, which is around about there. You can see the clipping on the blue. There we go, backed off. Looking pretty good. Around about there, which is 21.5 volts. So now if we do a quick calculation, we've got 21.5 times 21.5. You square the volts, so that gives us 462.25. Divide that by the number of ohms, and that should give you your wattage. Okay, 57.8. Well, can't complain. I'm happy with that. Very, very good result. Well, I'm not going to complain with that. 58 watts per channel. From factory, they had 55, there or thereabouts. So perfect. Very, very good. I am besotted with this thing. I totally agree that the warm white was the correct move. They're a very simple, timeless design, and it just looks very elegant, very classy. And like it just means business. I love them. I think I'm now officially on the hunt for a CR-3020. If one ever pops up for a good price, I will grab it, probably to keep. Yeah, just absolutely stunning units. There were 7 receivers in this lineup back in the late 70s. This was smack bang in the middle, the 820. You had the entry level 220, which I must admit I don't see for sale very often. They might be quite rare, the 220s, as far as I'm aware anyway. So the 220s only had 15 watts per channel. Next was the 420s. That's the most common one. I seem to see that everywhere. Those had around 30 watts per channel. Then came the 620, which only had about 5 more. I think that was 35 watts per channel. This, the CR-820, sat smack bang in the middle of that lineup and has got 55 watts per channel. Then you had the CR-1020. That had 75 watts per channel. The 2020, which was a monster receiver at 105 watts per channel. And then you just had like the grail, right? The 3020. If you were very rich back in 1977, 78, then you could go and buy yourself a 3020. I think they're super rare for the super wealthy back then. Probably for the super wealthy now too. Those had 160 watts per channel. Mammoth things, absolute beasts of units. You don't need that much power, not when it comes to vintage gear. With modern day gear and the wattage that they claim, maybe, but back then 50 watts per channel is plenty for most people. That Pioneer SX838 that I did a full restoration on not too long ago on my channel, that only puts out 50 or 60 watts per channel. I can't remember from the top of my head, but it's around that mark. Sounds phenomenal. I listen to it every single day. It's my go-to everyday daily receiver, and I love it. And it's so much power. I've got it hooked up to a set of run-of-the-mill JBL speakers, and it just punches beyond belief for its rated wattage. So yeah, don't be fooled in thinking 50 watts isn't enough. 50 watts when you're talking vintage receivers, vintage amplifiers, plenty. And I think that's it. I really do want to get this packaged up and sent to my customer because he's been patiently waiting for weeks. So thank you so much if you're watching this. I hope you love it. I'm sure you will. And I agree with your decision to go to the warm white bulbs, as did most people in the comments. So I hope you love the look of it. I definitely do. As I say, I'm really taken by these units now. And if by chance you've got a beaten up CR-3020 sat in your loft or your basement and you want to get rid, I wouldn't say no. Yeah, reach out because I'd love to get one of those on the channel. So anyway, I think all that's left to do is play a little outro clip of this unit in action. I'll hook up a couple of speakers and do my best to record the sound quality. I've picked up this little Audio Technica stereo microphone. I don't know if it's any good. I haven't tried it yet. We'll see what we can achieve using that. If you haven't hit subscribe, please do so. It helps me, it helps my channel, and I do plan to have more content. I'm trying to put out as many videos as I can. Sorry that it's taken 3 or 4 weeks between videos at the moment. It is what it is. Busy man. Let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas for my channel, what you might like to see me do. I've got an integrated amplifier that I need to fully recap and a standalone tuner that goes along with it from Pioneer. That could be something that comes to the channel very soon. I've also got a pretty cool Sansui receiver that I could share with you. and a mystery box from my wife that I still haven't opened. So I need to film that because I don't know what she's bought me. And it's been sat there a couple of months now. She's being super patient, but I do want to capture it on video rather than open it up and have a look. So if you want to see what's inside the mystery box from my wife, let me know that as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let's just flip to the outro, see what it sounds like, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks very much. Cheers.